Welcome back to Real Geek Media. I am Hayden Stoll. He is Christopher Michael Blake. It is time for Let's Get Weird. February 6, 2025, Thursday night. We are here to talk about funny and interesting news stories. Christopher, without further ado, what do we got?
Hayden, I sent you a picture of this on X. It's, in my opinion, probably one of the biggest stories that no one is talking about because, again, anybody who talks about life on Mars previous to the planet not having anybody is a crackpot like myself. But this is from the New York. This is from the dailymail.com. Have you seen the square on Mars that
Yes.
they found?
Yes.
These are actual images captured by the NASA's Mars Orbiter camera, which is going viral after being shared on Reddit, and appears to show a possible archaeological site on the red planet. According to AI calculations, the structure is estimated, the square structure, because it's square. And for those of you who are not aware, nature does not make squares. Nature does not make straight lines. The square structure is estimated to be 235 meters on each side, approximately 770 feet. For example, the Great Pyramid in Egypt roughly measures at 230 meters on each side. So you're talking something comparable to the Great Pyramid up on Mars.
It's interesting, right? Like, I saw this stuff and I was like, Prometheus, right? Like, there's something out there. And the same thing that you just said is a line directly from that movie. It's like, God does not build, in straight lines, right? Like, so what is that? Right? It's interesting.
So again, that's just, of course, Elon Musk got a hold of this. It's like, we got to get to Mars now. So it's like, yeah. So that's the dailymail.com. Check it out. If you haven't seen the picture, just go ahead and Google or go to X or whatever your favorite platform is that you like to use and type in Mars Square and you'll get a picture of it. I showed it to you one more time if you happen to have capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Hayden, when was the last time you went on a cruise?
Oh, man. 2005, I think. 20 years ago.
For the onboard entertainment, did the cruise workers dress up like KKK members?
They did not. This did not occur.
This is from the New York Post. Cruise passengers horrified as workers parade around while dressed as KKK members, and their explanation is mystifying. Cruise staff seemingly dressed up as white supremacist Ku Klux Klan members during a Christmas-themed event, horrifying passengers as they marched by swinging.
My God. Oh,
P&O
boy.
Cruises in Australia issued an apology after footage surfaced online of a group of 8 staff walking through the pool deck of the ship wearing their white cleaning uniforms and pointy hats.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
One passenger captioned, "Is this appropriate for 2024?" So, to let you know, they were supposed to be upside down snow cones.
Oh.
But this is kind of how they kind of
Oh, man. Oh,
and I'm laughing. And racism was not funny, but this is just stupidity.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
How could you not realize what you're doing?
Right?
Probably
Seriously.
wrong. Probably not.
Oh,
probably not wrong.
Oh, my God. That's brutal. That's brutal.
You can't make this stuff up, Hayden.
Oh, God. You can't tell me that was like, not one of them was like, hey, guys, this is probably not a good idea.
Oh, here's the quote of the century, though. Lynn Scrivens, communications director for the P&O Cruise Australia, explained that the housekeeping crew are from all over the world and never heard of the KKK.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So.
Not good. Not good. Oh,
Extensively here on this channel. We finally got an update. Did you see Donald Trump came out and said those drones flying over New Jersey? Well, they were actually authorized by the FAA.
mhm.
Fox News. President Trump said some of the drones sighted over New Jersey last November were authorized to fly by the FAA. So now, this is kind of like more questions. It's kind of like, okay, you're telling us not to be worried because these were our drones, right? It's okay. Everybody's, again, I guess those things have now dropped, or maybe less people are outside, so they're not saying them. But if they were ours to begin with, why not just tell us that?
Yeah.
What are you doing up there? And I guess some of the capabilities some of these drones had exceed what normal drones are kind of used to at this point or accustomed to. So they had new technology that's currently being implemented in these drones. What is this technology? So, again, but I can tell you that according to White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she said this was not our enemy. Also come out and said, in addition to the authorized FAA drones, several hobbyists were cited, and that increased the number that were currently out there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, this leads me to more questions will be swept under the rug because nobody seems to be curious about it. Nobody's talking about it. There were rumors about, and I'm not trying to feed, fear or speculation or anything like that, that they were looking for uranium from a potential nuclear weapon that got lost, and they were searching for that. But again, I think we were entitled to some answers. And what were they doing up there at this time? What were they looking for?
Yeah.
And no one's asking these questions. And it's a shame. We'll never get answers on this stuff.
No. It's like when they came out with that response, like you're just like, really? I don't know. That one I did not really buy. Right? It just seemed so. Oh yeah, it was authorized. Right? Okay, authorized to do what? To gather what? Like this? You can't tell me that was just like, don't worry about it. This is what it was.
You had the New Jersey in a mass hysteria for a month or two.
Yeah.
You got to tell me Biden couldn't have come out or Trump couldn't have come out during that time and been like, slow your panic down. This is a normal routine military exercise. There are drones. We couldn't have come out and said that.
Right.
That would have squashed everything.
Yes.
It would have squashed everything.
Yes. But they would just flat out, well, we don't know what they are. Okay. You don't know what they are. Right. And then we get the response and it's just, I don't know, man. I don't buy that one. I don't buy it. There's more to it. Just say the whole thing. I mean, I know that the whole thing is like, we're going to be transparent, right? But just say what it is, right? Like, no, we're not getting that part.
Hayden, is your business looking for an affordable way to gain and attract new clients?
Indeed, it is.
Well, if you're a massage therapist working for Justin Tucker, we have just a deal for you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
This took a turn. He
didn't make the cut for this week's promo, for this week's ads, for the stories. It was close. Hey, 9 out of 10 massage therapists say they've been harassed by him. But you know where you can go if you want to advertise your business for your massage company for less than $30?
Come on down.
Now, I'm going to tell you what $30 if your massage therapist gets you. What?
Yeah, what does 40 get you?
That's the Hayden Happy Ending special. For 30, Hayden will lather himself up and chase me around the room.
man.
Give me a
Nobody
massage.
see this.
I don't put my hands, but But look, but imagine having your commercial right here, right now, sharing in the laughs for $30. You could be here joining us on our website. Hayden, tell them about where we're at now in terms of what channel we're on.
We're in many places, as you know, X, Spotify, Twitch, RSS, YouTube, of course, and our newest Paranormal 24/7 network. We are very excited to have joined the Paranormal 24/7 network.
Hayden, has a ghost ever touched you in any place inappropriate? And if he did, how would you know?
Well, you would ask Justin Tucker first.
Look, I don't want to get into that. That's it. Look, it's one thing for like, oh, he went to this one place and the massage therapist claimed that. When you go to 10 different places and you got 10 different people telling the same story, unless there's like a massive conspiracy against you because you're a terrible tipper.
Not good.
Or, I mean, because that's like every guy's like, kind of like fantasy, right? Like, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to get the happy ending, right?
There you go.
But there's a difference between actually going and like trying to insinuate that versus being a full-on creep. But, again, not that I ever do that because I don't get massages, so it doesn't happen for me.
Yeah.
But if I did, yeah. For $30, you could be here joining this Justin Tucker conversation with your local masseuse. So just visit us at www.realgeekmedia.com. Advertise with us, donate with us. The buttons are all there. You find them. Hey, you got multiple avenues for you to broadcast and promote your business. Join us here, realgeekmedia.com. Hayden, you know about Trespass Against Us. It's the new thriller mystery by Christopher Michael Blake. Exciting, young, handsome author. It's about an author who's on home confinement for double vehicular homicide, and he sees his neighbor moving a dead body. He really doesn't want to get involved, but what happens? His neighbor's playing games with him. It evolves into a cat and mouse game where the stakes continually get raised and the deadly consequences. Trespass Against Us is now available on Amazon.com and at ChristopherMichaelBlake.com. If you went to England, Hayden, would you find the Loch Ness Monster there?
In England?
Yes.
Or Scotland?
Scotland, England?
I think I would not find it
somewhere, right?
It's
over there, right?
Exactly. It's over there somewhere. Somewhere it's there.
Well, apparently, Prince William went in search of the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
Did you see this story?
I did not see this story.
No, I'm serious. This actually happened. I'm trying to see where I got this from. This is from RoyalCentral.uk. So this is an actual news story. So he went looking for Nessie. Do you think he found him?
No.
That would be correct. However, the prince did join school children collecting DNA samples from a nearby pond. And he says while he wasn't able to find him, he did come up with some different theories, such as, hey, why don't you take some of these bird DNA and stuff and try to compare it with some of these eels and see what maybe that's the Loch Ness Monster. Mm-hmm. And of course, the matches weren't there. He has some different hypotheses, but he was just basically over there doing DNA work over in Scotland, like you said, not England. My bad. They look the same. They're on an island somewhere, archipelago. One's got William Wallace. The other one, yeah.
The other one's got William Wallace all over the place.
Robert the Bruce. I mean, come on.
Bruce.
That's okay. But so he was over there basically doing a lot of DNA work. But basically, their theory is that was some eels. But what kind of eel kind of comes out like in an angle like that, like in the old Nessie pictures?
Yeah.
So then somebody else is like, oh no, that's a bird. And I'm like, oh yeah, birds kind of have wings, and that really doesn't have a wing either. But we can't find that one either. Hayden, what might be the cutest, terrible story of the year? We've been following this for a while in China. This is from the New York Post. Zoo goers are appalled as dogs are painted to look like tigers in ridiculous gimmick.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
I remember we did. This was the Pokemon one, wasn't it, from last year?
The panda, yes.
The panda, yeah.
The Pokemon panda, yes.
Good Lord. Oh boy.
This is a little chow chow.
Oh boy. Oh
and
boy.
they painted this thing like Tigger. The Taizhou Zoo later admitted that in fact chow chows are in the enclosure and not tigers. But most people who looked at these things, they actually went to the zoo, were not actually fooled. They were like, "Ah, no, you know what? That's a chow chow. That's not a tiger."
Yeah.
But
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not even. They have like a little low wooden fence. It's like it's not even close. It's like,
I don't get it. I mean,
yeah,
you got to take people for like the ultimate sucker to try and pass that off.
Imagine being your job and you're like, "What do you do in China today?" I kind of spray painted this dog to look, you know, black stripes and orange. It made it look like a tiger.
Oh my goodness, not good. Yeah, that's the job to have at the zoo there. So listen, I know you're training. I'm going to give you some spray cans, right? You're going to turn this chow chow into a tiger.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, what might be the most bizarre and unusual story? I'm loving every minute of it. Have you seen the story? Because we're getting ready for the Super Bowl coming up, Eagles Chiefs, and no one's kind of talking about this with the NFL, but they need to be. This New York Post, by the way, OnlyFans model suing Tyrek Hill over broken leg, admits that she had sex with him after.
What?
Here you go. I'm going to read it to you.
Oh, boy.
A new twist in the lawsuit filed against Tyrek Hill by a plus-sized OnlyFans model revealed on Wednesday that she admitted that she got intimate with him after she injured her leg. So, Sophie Hall, in 2023, was receiving a football lesson out in the backyard of Tyrek Hill's home.
Mm-hmm.
Hall alleges in her suit that on June 28th, Hill knocked her down with such force that she had to undergo reconstructive surgery on her knee or her leg. She is asking for damages in excess of $50,000.
Oh, boy.
However, here's the twist. Because you think property insurance would probably pay for that. You would hope. Right. Hall reveals during a deposition that after Hill kind of ran into her during this football lesson, he kind of carried her upstairs on his back and piggybacked her up to his room, where he started shaboinking her. And then to make matters worse, how badly can you have been hurt? Did you have sex with him again that night? No, but well, we did fuck the next day too. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in case you're wondering what this Miss Hall looks like.
Okay.
Now, again, my question to you is, a man's got to do what a man's got to do, right? I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I guess she wasn't happy afterwards. Because, I mean, look, Tyrek Hill's sitting here in this picture in front of his mansion, with his cars.
Yep.
And I guess how they hooked up was her son went to one of his football clinics where he started like hitting her up. So he got the digits there. It's like, oh, I'll give you a private lesson. And he gave her the lessons, all right.
Yes, he did.
You know, I mean, believe me, she kind of went over there knowing what was going to be going on, I'm sure. Paul alleges, on the other hand, or Tyrek Hill alleges she actually got her playing with the dog the next day. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, again, this is, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this because it's such an interesting story. You know, you would think that these guys are pulling down like you would think like he's made, how much money do you think he's made in his career? 15, 20, 35 million, 40 million sponsorship deals, right?
Easily.
Guy's got a mansion down in Florida. You would think he's got like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old. He's got the 35-year-old plus-sized baby mama from OnlyFans. I guarantee you probably doesn't have any kind of subscription numbers. She's probably not making that much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just guessing. I mean, maybe she's making $1 million. I don't know. Maybe she's just doing this to get her publicity for her OnlyFans site at this point.
Could be.
I mean, she's not unattractive.
No.
But you would think for a football player, she could do a little better. That's just
interesting.
That's just my insight. Could he done a little bit better? I mean, like he just like picked her off. It was like, boop, you know. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. Because you know what one of my favorite like lines that I use is when I was single.
What's
you ready?
Ready.
Earmuffs if you're listening, anybody. It beats jerking off.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. That's fair.
This is where we get to the sick and depravity of the show here, Hayden. Our show never stops to linger at the depths of human depravity. We always find a way to keep lowering that bar and standard here. This is from New York Post. Mortuary worker sentenced to 15 years in prison for selling body parts online to sicko covered in face tattoos and piercings.
Okay.
A ghoulish Alabama mortuary worker was sentenced last week to 15 years in federal prison for hawking body parts, including fetuses, to a sicko collector covered in face tattoos and piercings.
Lovely.
At her sentencing, Candace Chapman Scott, 37, was told by the judge, some of this is the worst I've ever seen.
Wow.
Apparently, she was sentenced by Ross, who's the judge of Little Rock, for transporting stolen body parts out of state and conspiracy to commit money fraud. Yeah. Here's her picture. She pled guilty, by the way, and they gave her 15.
Okay.
I don't know. I think, if you're looking at 15, now granted, the federal government, 99% conviction rate, 15 years is a lot for a first offense.
It is a lot.
For a first offense. Scott's disgusting deeds, which you might be asking, what'd she do that's so heinous? Included selling a skull, a brain, an arm, an ear, several lungs, hearts, breasts, a belly button, testicles, and other body parts between October of 21 and July of 22.
So, yeah, it's a good variety.
Well, hold on now. The man who she sold them to, Paulie, was 42, a self-described oddities collector. How much do you think she got for all those body parts?
Oh, man, I don't know. I'm not up on the black market body parts. Let's say a couple 100,000.
Well, apparently you'd be wrong. Apparently 15 years is worth only $10,625.
Really? What?
Paulie paid her $10,625 for 24 body part boxes, part of a twisted underground national network of body snatching from Harvard Medical School and the Arkansas mortuary.
No kidding.
When investigators searched Scott's home, they found several body parts, and she admitted to bagging them at her job.
That is something else.
The heartless morgue worker even told Paulie that the wrong ashes from a cremated body would return to the parents of the deceased fetuses. So the FBI basically comes in and says, imagine learning that the cremated remains of your child given to you after their death was not actually those of your child, because the FBI recovered those body parts in another state.
Wow.
And by the way, if you want to know what this guy Paulie looks like, can't pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, just
remember the show V?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a real shame. Paulie is on bond, waiting a sentencing after pleading guilty in Pennsylvania for conspiracy to interstate transportation of stolen property, according to the Gazette. Wow.
That is something else.
You seen Strangers on a train, Aiden, Alfred Hitchcock?
I've never seen that one.
I've seen bits and pieces, and of course, remember Throw Mama from the Train.
Yes.
This kind of takes that to the new heights right here, okay? Colorado woman teamed with strangers she met on a bus to kill her boyfriend, who doubted she could find a job. This is from the New York Post. Strangers on a bus? Tell me if this doesn't sound hokey to you, by the way, because I think this is all made up.
Okay.
I actually think that they're just trying to say this is the way it kind of went down, but I think that these guys had a relationship. You tell me what you think. A Colorado woman pulled a page from an Alfred Hitchcock script by killing her boyfriend for making fun of her with the help of a random man she met moments before on a bus. So imagine you're riding on a bus, and the girl next to you, maybe she's attracted, maybe she's not, I don't know, pulls out her phone and she's crying. Oh, my boyfriend doesn't think I'm going to get this job I just went to this interview for. That's kind of messed up. What would you say to her, Hayden?
Whew. Man, I don't even know where this is going to end up.
What would you say?
She didn't get this job. I don't even know. What happened? What happened? Tell me. Walk me through.
Well, apparently, I do have her picture, by the way. I'm going to show that to you real quick. This is Ashley White, not unattractive, 28 years old.
Right.
And she's talking to this guy, Scott, and Scott says, that's kind of messed up. He would say that to you. Poor dear. You know, you're very attractive. Are you in a relationship with that guy who's texting you these mean things? Does he ever rape you?
Whoa.
And of course, White just happens to respond because she's so distraught. He does. And we must kill him.
Okay.
Murder could just happen just like that. It's like falling in love.
Oh.
So what happens, they get back to White's home. Scott introduces himself to Delisa as her brother from Texas. And then they go ahead and shoot this guy in the head, the victim. Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of a reaction.
Meanwhile, guess what? The stranger and the female, they take off with this guy's wallet. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's just this is just crazy. Meanwhile, the guy who actually helped kill this guy, he's actually in custody for a separate murder that occurred after all this. Because his actual girlfriend contacted prosecutors and said, hey, you know this guy you're looking for that murder? I think that's my boyfriend. So I'm kind of thinking they were probably cheating, and he probably went back and told her about what he did. It was kind of like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, I got you. Hold on. Hello, Crime Busters?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily believe that they kind of just coincidentally met on the bus and just hit it off to, oh, hey, I know you don't know me well, but you can commit murder with me? And then we can take his wallet, because that's worth a lot of money. You know?
Natural born killers right there.
Hayden, we're almost done here for the night. But imagine you're in Texas.
Okay.
And you're eating some barbecue, because that's what they eat in Texas,
okay.
right?
Yeah, this is good. I like this.
Love barbecue.
Yes.
Well, this happened to Genesis Monita, and she's eating at Bill Miller's Barbecue Enterprises, and she just been served sauce that gave her a second-degree burn earlier this year. What's your first instinct? You just got burned by barbecue sauce.
I'm going to treat the wound, treat the burn. I'm going to stop probably eating and take care of the burn.
Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on the situation here.
Okay.
Monita takes the sauce out of the bag, but she drops it on her leg because of how hot the container is. So it's on her leg, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
The restaurant's policy states that the sauce is a minimum of 165 degrees when it's served.
Oof.
But the sauce that day was 189.
Okay.
Monita goes ahead and gets herself a lawyer. And how much do you think that she got?
Ooh.
You know, you're always good with these games.
So she won, huh?
Oh, she won. Oh, she won.
She got 20 million.
Not less. I hope you're that over with Captain America.
Okay, let's go 4 million.
Hayden, the actual retail price is $2.8 million. Now,
goodness.
25,000. 25,000 was only paid for her medical expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I would say, unreasonable. 900,000 for past and future mental anguish, physical pain, and impairment.
That's interesting.
I need to go to Bill Miller's Barbecue House.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spilling that stuff left and right.
And 1.9 million in punitive damages for grossly negligent behavior from the franchise.
Which is interesting because she spilled it. Right?
It was 14 degrees. It was 24 degrees higher than it was supposed to be. Hayden.
How did they determine that, though?
I'm not. Look, they got Matlock there or Perry Mason there.
Perry Mason's all over it. Oh boy! So he's got the little, the laser gun. Oh wow! It's over what it says on the warning label.
Have you heard? This is the last story, Hayden, and it's a good one. Because I frequent this place frequently, and I never knew about this. And I don't know that I'd ever asked for this, but you ever been to Wendy's?
Yes.
Okay. Are you aware that they have a super secret burger?
I am not aware.
That is not on their menu, but if you ask for it,
I've heard of
it to you.
Places that have things that are not on the menu. You have to ask. It's like a speakeasy.
So this is an exclusive, and again, this is from Outkick.com. Apparently, you have to go to the drive-thru and ask for the T-Rex burger.
Okay.
It's been around for a decade now.
Really?
Yes. Okay. So apparently, the burger, which typically this is what the T-Rex burger has, by the way, typically features 9 patties, 9 slices of cheese, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, pickles, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Is part of a secret menu at select Wendy's locations.
Who's going to eat that? That's like
somebody looking for a coronary, Hayden.
Holy ugh.
9 patties and cheese.
That's crazy. How much does it cost?
It doesn't have a price on here.
I'm curious because if you go to Five Guys, you get 2 patties. You're paying like $15 just for the burger.
You're not getting fries. You're not getting a drink with that. No. I know that.
No.
But
no.
If anybody in the comments happens to know how much a T-Rex burger costs on the secret Wendy's menu, because I guess it's not available at all Wendy's locations, just select few.
We're gonna start driving around this area asking for T-Rex burgers.
Hayden, I can't get you out the door to go to a paranormal thing. You want to go to Wendy's? Hayden, that's the news.
Oh,
I'm glad you got a kick out of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, how do you do that? What's your approach when you roll up to the speaker? It's like, hey,
I want to know about I would just ask.
listen,
T-Rex burger, please.
I need the T-Rex. I need the T-Rex burger.
And I want the person who's been there for a week, who they change out every other week, to be like, huh? Because I guarantee you they weren't trained on this. This isn't like Dave Thomas, training program you go through.
You need to hit the jackpot with the experienced worker. That's a crapshoot, right? You never know who you're getting over there. There was a guy that was, oh man, there was one time I was going through the Burger King drive-through, and my daughter was with me, and the guy that was taking the order sounded just like Squidward. I could not keep it together, man. He sounded like I was talking to Squidward. Welcome to Burger King. I was dying. My daughter's like, Daddy, what are you doing? I was like, he sounds like Squidward. I can't order. I can't do this. I was like, what? I'm going to order a Krabby Patty by accident.
I watched that the other night with my daughter in SpongeBob. She likes it.
Yeah. Kids love that stuff. Yeah. Kids love that stuff. But that was Let's Get Weird for February 6, 2025. Join us next week. We're back next Wednesday night with our review of Heat, and we're bringing it back with another episode of Let's Get Weird. Maybe an interesting episode. We'll see. Join us for Heat. I'm excited to talk about Heat. It's the 30th anniversary.
Can't believe it's been that long already. Wow.
It's old. Crazy. And that's 1995, as it makes you feel old, right? Like 30?
That's 18. That can't be right.
What's that?
Is that right? Oh my God. I'm dating myself. I thought I was still younger than I am.
It's crazy. So we'll be back with that next Wednesday night, special night, and we'll follow it up with Let's Get Weird. I'm Hayden Stoll. He's Christopher Michael Blake. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. If you like what you see here, subscribe. If you don't, we appreciate you tuning in and spending some time with us. We will see you next week.